It really doesn't matter what they say as long as you're starting the conversation, and then it's kind of, as a man, you lead the conversation sexual. So, you know, if the girl says something like, "Oh, I'd smoke pot" or whatever, you could be like, "Oh, I could tell. Let me guess, you're the good girl. You're the bad girl. High five to
Right.
that." And then boom, you give her a little high five, and now you're already kind of going kino. You're already, breaking that physical barrier. You got a little flirty vibe going, and then you could be like, "So what are you guys celebrating tonight?" And "Oh, we're out here partying. It was my friend's birthday, or there's a bachelorette party." And anyway, you just get into the conversation, and again, just lead it. Always be like leading the conversation towards the phone number, towards the makeout, towards the lay.
Yeah.
If I'm with my buddy like at the mall, we might just hit up some girls and be like, "Hey, what's up? Like, what are you guys doing right now?" "Oh, we're just shopping and Gucci." Like, "Oh, that's cool. Like, yeah, I was just shopping over here. I got this job interview, so I got this shirt. What do you guys think? Is this me?" And they might be like, "Yeah, it's good," or "I don't like it," or whatever. Well, then I'll usually be like, "Well, I'm kind of thirsty. You guys look really thirsty. So there's a Starbucks over here. You guys want to get some drinks?" And they're like, "Okay." And then boom, like right there, you just met some chicks, and within like 5 minutes, you're already on a date with them having a coffee, or up at the food
Right.
court. And if it goes good, then you could be like, "Hey, well, we should get some drinks. We could go back to my house." Then you just kind of jump in an Uber, and then you don't have to do all the, "Would you like to go out with me? I'd
Yeah.
like to take you to
Yeah.
Olive Garden," and you don't have to do all that fucking gay shit. Like, basically just kind of play the game in bulk, and you get as many leads as you can. And what I like to do is, like, I think of like a sales funnel. Have you ever done any sales at all?
No, I haven't.
So, like, when you're doing sales, a salesman likes to create like a sales funnel. So the funnel, a funnel like this, and you'll get as many leads as you can. So that's as many girls' phone numbers. And sometimes you're gonna call them back and, "Hey, sorry, I have a boyfriend now. Hey, or maybe she flakes." So the funnel gets a
Mm.
little smaller. And at the end of the funnel, that's the girls who are the most DTF, because they're like, "Yeah, I want to hang out. I want to do this. My boyfriend hits me and just broke up with me, and I want to meet a new guy." So you just keep funneling it down until you get your like real potential targets, and then you close them. And for me, like, you know, after I do that, I'm not in a place in my life where I'm trying to do relationships. I'm more just, I like to get laid, I like to party or whatever. So for me at that point, then it's kind of like, okay, they're checked off the list. I got my trophy on the wall. Yeah, like I can celebrate. And after she's done, then I could go back to watching football and, drinking a beer or something. Hey, what's up, guys? This is Ryan. Today we got a dating coaching client, and give you guys an inside peek at what coaching is like. We're going to do an hour call with this guy. Obviously, I have to block him out to protect his privacy, but looks like today he paid in and basically said, "I want to know why women insult me, not all, but some. When I look at the women, they point the fact that I'm looking at them." I'm guessing like they're probably calling him out or going, "Who's this fucking creepy guy?" or something like that. So yeah, let's give him a call and see if we can help him out. We're doing this through Facebook Video Messenger today, so that's something new. We usually use Zoom and Skype and things.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, what's up? How's it going?
It's all right. How about yourself?
I just woke up and drinking some morning tea and just checking the audio right here. How can I help you?
Man, I don't know. It's probably a long list of things, but I don't know. I kind of need like advice and what and how to fix certain things. That's pretty much it.
No problem. It's your hour. We could talk about anything that you want, and I'll try to help you out the
Hmm.
best that I can.
All right.
First, I want to ask, like, what do you expect out of this coaching call?
Well, I expect to like probably be more knowledgeable and just being able to just attract more women, hopefully. But I know it's gonna take a few months or so. But just I don't know, all in all, just being like more, just being able to be more like confident. I shouldn't really say confident, but just being more, assured of everything.
So you want kind of like that natural poise, so you'll be able to control
Right.
the situation You know what you want and
pretty
go for
much.
it. Let me ask you this question. Let's talk about where your life is right now versus maybe where you would like it to be.
Well, my life is right now is just I don't get very many dates, and it just seems like it's always negative, like emotions with women. I mean, not always, but most of them. And as far as like financially, like I'm pretty decent right now. I'm making like 80K a year. It's I would eventually like to have more, but right now I'm like at a good spot with that. But just having more, it's more of a social and dating aspect, like just having a bigger social circle, having like abundance of women or at least a few, and eventually be in a relationship.
Bigger social circle and more women. So like, are you looking more eventually to have like a girlfriend, or do you want to just get laid by a lot of hot chicks?
I It's like I want to get laid first and then get in a relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, nothing wrong with that. And
Mm-hmm.
financially good right now, and trying to move
Yeah.
to the next level. And
Yeah.
now you said not many dates, which is better than no dates.
Yeah, but sometimes now it's like I even get that. It's like I think my last date was like probably like 3-4 months ago, and it's like horrible. So
How did you meet her?
yeah. Well, I met her. Well, we were friends from a while ago, like, and we just started talking again, and it just happened. Like probably like a friends with benefit type thing.
Okay, so like through a social circle.
Hmm. I don't like I said, my social circle isn't that huge, so. Oh yeah, and I would like to be more like physically attractive. Like I think you've seen some posts on that one page where I'm like, well, I'm only 5'7", so I don't know what's gonna happen.
That's a tough one. Like a lot of dating coaches, they won't acknowledge like height and looks and stuff, and it does hinder you in some ways. It doesn't mean that you can't get laid, but
Oh yeah, no.
like
But no, that's what stems to my insecurities a little bit, just because I'm not like taller and like and even if I do hit the gym, I'm not gonna be like fucking huge probably.
you met that last girl through social circle. Like, do you ever do cold approach? Do you ever do Tinder or online dating?
No, I will, but I have to get like I was told like I should get like professional pictures done so that my dating profile will look a little bit better, more attractive, and I haven't found I will actually, but once I like get a better like fashion or wardrobe, because right now my wardrobe's pretty basic and plain.
Pro pics, yeah, will definitely help you to stand out a lot because you are competing with like professional models now, and they have agencies and professional photographers to take their stuff, and then the average guy is like have your iPhone, so it makes it a little more difficult. A couple tips on that: if you go on like even things on Craigslist, they have a lot of people that are like amateur photographers, and if you put, at least that's what I did. I said it, looking for like amateur photographers that are into fashion photography or anything like that, and if you put in the ad and exchange time for print, because basically like they need just someone to model, not to send to commercials, but just so they can learn how to use their camera. And
Right.
it's a great way to get someone who's like has professional equipment and is like semi-pro to take some great pictures of you, and you won't have to pay for them because all you're doing is exchanging your time.
Right.
So like that's a cool way to go about it. And then also like just places like Sears, they if you just dress up in a nice button-up shirt and you go there, and like even Walmart has a photo booth, and it's like $20, and they'll give you like 8 professional pictures.
Oh, okay.
So it's just something. Or like do you have any like guys who are also into this type of stuff, like your wingman?
No, I don't have. I really don't. I mean, I moved from a bigger city to a smaller city, and that's a problem. So, but I do travel, so it's not like I, can't. I don't know. It's just like I said right now. Like that's probably why my whole social life right now is kind of shit. So.
Mm-hmm. So you're in like a new city trying to adjust, and you have to go through all that bullshit, right?
You're correct, yeah.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I feel you. Starting over is tough. Well, if you end up meeting some other guys out there, like what I would do with like my wing guys is like we would just make a day out of it. Hey, like let's go to. We used to go to like Red Rock. My buddy, he had like a badass like motorcycle, and anyway, I had my car, my convertible at the time, and we would like drive out to Red Rock and just make a day out of like taking pictures of each other, like chicks, like just taking selfies of each other. And but I got some badass ones of him on his bike, and then he got some good ones of me with the top down on my car, and then like I just kind of cleaned it up in Photoshop, and we both used them for our dating profiles, and yeah, definitely stepped up instead of like the whole just taking a quick selfie. Kind of like lets women know like you have a little bit of money too, that you could protect and provide. Just if they know like you only have that camera, they're probably saying, oh, he doesn't really have an abundance of resources. Whereas like I don't know if you check out like on my profile, like I've been doing like all these high profile modeling pictures, and I do that all in my living room. I do that right here just on my Canon M50 and with Photoshop. So it's like, but they all look like they were done in a studio.
Yeah.
She doesn't know the difference. Like I could be paying up the ass like $400 a session. And she's like, wow, how does this guy have money? How does he afford to take these pictures? But really, all I do is set it up on like my camera, and then I connect it to the Wi-Fi on my phone. I click the timer, make the pose, and then 10 seconds later it takes the picture. And yeah, then just like if you can get onto Photoshop, or if you have a buddy who has it, like something you could do that I use. There's a function called like denoise. You heard of that?
Yeah, no, I haven't.
Well, basically, like you know on Instagram how you click those little filters.
Oh yeah.
And they clean up your face. Like you hit denoise, and it basically just it gives you that clean, silky, smooth type of look on your face, and then you hit the sharpener, and it will like really make your image pop. And things you could do is like if you get the paintbrush tool, add a little white in your eyes, and it makes your eyes look more healthy, and you can like get rid of any imperfections. Like you can see me, I have like a little like mole on my nose, but it's not in any of the pictures. They have a thing called like a Band-Aid tool, and you just click it and it makes it disappear. And women are doing it all the time, like they're using makeup to hide their flaws. So I think it's fair that guys could use Photoshop and do whatever it takes like to win the game, because we got our own game to play.
I was gonna say, so is it like a software program you gotta download, or app, or what?
There's other like apps, like I don't know if you've ever used Facetune.
Facetune? No, I haven't.
It's Facetune. There's a
okay.
It's an app. I don't know if it's free or maybe it costs like $3 or $4, but that one gives like badass results. And you could do that right on your phone.
Okay. So you said it's Facetune, an app?
Yeah. Just something to look at. Like go on YouTube and just type in like Facetune app and watch a tutorial, and you can kind of see the techniques that they're using. But it's super easy. Other than that, let's see. But yeah, pro pics would definitely help your profile. What I've noticed too, a lot of guys, they focus like on the bio, but girls don't even read it unless they're seeing your picture.
Right.
You know what I mean? So focus on pictures first, and then like the bio second. But if you can get some good popping pics, at least she might stop and then read your bio. Now, if you just want to kind of get laid versus getting a girlfriend, you kind of want to put two different types of personas out. Versus like have you heard of like the lover versus the provider theory?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Okay, cool. So basically it's like if you're trying to get like a girlfriend, when you're the boyfriend, like you're the guy who protects her, provides for her, compliments her, pays the rent, like so she's looking for the guy with money, hopefully he's tall and good looking too, but primarily like they need him as he's like he gives her the lifestyle that she wants, versus let's say the lover, the tall sexy Chad that she meets in a club that she goes and has sex with, gets pregnant with, and then she has the provider, the beta bucks, pay for her and the kids. But like at first, if you're wanting to just more get laid right now, just to get some experience in, try to not advertise that much that you have money, so that they don't put you in that category in the first place. It'll kind of take care of that situation. When she knows, when she meets a guy who she thinks is cool, and she's like, oh, but he doesn't have any financial backing, like, so he's not really a potential boyfriend, I guess I'll put him in the fuck friend category. Right, or the one night stand. Like, for example, I had a student and he was so big into like showing off his money. Like, he had a mansion, he had a huge inheritance, I guess, from his parents or something. He had like a mansion, he had it was not a Ferrari, but it was like a nice, it's like $100,000 car, I don't know what make it was. And like as soon as girls, he would be using game and making out with chicks in the club, and they're acting like, oh, I want to go back to your house and fuck. And then as soon as they start seeing the car, and then they pull up at this huge mansion, like, instantly like, oh fuck, I want this guy to be my husband and take care of me. And all of a sudden, he starts making moves, and she gets cold, and she's like, oh, like, I'm not that type of girl, you know. And then all of a sudden they're making him wait for the third and fourth date, and this guy's like, I'm pissed, like I fucking have this badass car, this house, and I thought girls would just be all over me. And it's like, no, like they're taking you out of the fuck friend and putting you into the provider. And so one thing I have kind of mastered is staying out of that. Like, I could make 6 figures a year, but I don't ever let the girls know that. It's more like, you know, I live in a normal house. Most of them don't, like, if I'm at the club, I don't tell them about my job. I just say, oh, you know, I make YouTube videos and stuff. And anyway, I end up fucking the girl like in the parking structure or in the back of my car or something like that, or the back of her car, and then dip out. So
okay, so yeah, that's a good question or a good response. But like, what if she asks me what I do? What should I respond to? Like, I don't want to be like, hey, I make this much, I work here, because then she'll probably research and be like, oh, you work at a good company, you know? Because I know there's a lot of girls who research shit, you know, just how they are, and they're gonna find about that, and then they'll be like, oh, this guy actually is well off. So, I mean, what would I just say though? Like, how would I, like, you know, turn it around?
You don't actually ever have to answer the question so direct. Like, I usually do a non-answer. You know what that is? So, like, for example, she asked, what do I do? I could joke with her a little bit. Like, oh, I work at McDonald's. And she's, no, not really. I would say, well, I tell you, but then I have to kill you. Or sometimes you could kind of play with it, and then she knows, like, you know, when you're answering questions directly to her, she knows that, like, that you're trying to, like, she's the prize, because you're trying to impress her. You know, it's more like a shit test. Like, she says, oh, what do you do? And then the guy's like, well, I work at this company and I do this. Like, what he's doing is he's kind of qualifying, hoping that he meets some kind of mark. And she's like, oh, okay, yeah, you qualify. But instead, it's like, if you act like you're not interested in impressing her, a lot of, like, you could say weird shit like, I'm a disposable lighter repairman. What? Or you could just say, like, sometimes what I would do generally, because, like, what I do is so technical and it would take hours to explain, I'll usually just say, like, the easiest way to explain it would be entrepreneur. Or, like, I'll say, like, oh, I just do, like, I'm a consultant or something like that. And if you kind of make it vague and then change the subject onto, like, but tell me about yourself. Like, I want to get to know you. Do you have any hobbies? Do you have any passions? And then women love to talk about themselves, so they'll forget about your career, and then they start talking about, oh, well, I like to do this. Da, da, da.
Are you in Vegas, right?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't know. Like, I don't know if you, like, charge for, like, you know, if you do, like, one-on-ones or something. Like, because I am going to Vegas next year, and I don't know if, like, do you do that or no?
Oh, absolutely. I've been doing this here for 15 years. Usually it's like, yeah, we'd like kind of negotiate a price. I usually do like 2 hours for $250, or 4 hours, or 8 hours, and yeah, we go down to like the strip, and basically, usually I start guys like on you know the difference between like day game and night game.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So usually I start them in the day because it's easier, and we'll go to like the fashion show mall, and just kind of walk around the mall, and I'll be like, okay, like go talk to that girl because I want to see what he's got. So he might walk up and say, sometimes these guys have read the book The Game, and like they'll try an opener. You know, this guy walked up to the girl and he's like, I need a female opinion. Do you guys believe in aliens? And the girl's like, she's like, I don't know. I mean, I guess the galaxy is so big. And they just got into a conversation, and I was like, what the all right, cool. Like he came with something, but then like he was like kind of fidgety, you know, like he was like tapping his foot, and just kind of like he was just moving a lot during the conversation, which I thought was unnecessary. It didn't like really look cool. So it was more like your opener.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a kind of a random opener to talk about in the middle of the mall when you don't have any context behind it. Yeah, like I don't. Are you selling me something or what's going on? But anyway, it would start a conversation, but it was more like, hey, if you also like hold your ground, if you get your chest out, if you talk a little slower, you could do the same opener, but you could look way more smoother and more alpha. Like get your chest out and expose your neck, and there's I could say, hey guys, real quick, like quick question, super random, or I could be like, hey guys, like kind of moving around with my head down. Hey guys, I just want to ask you this question, right? So like, I look the same. I'm the same looking, the same height, but I could say it one way with game, or I could say it another way and look like a fucking retard. Body language.
I think like too, like when I talk to some girls, like I don't know, on the inside I feel like all like excited and shit, but like on the outside I just try not to let it come out like that. And I think like it eventually does, and that's like probably one of my downfalls right there. But other than that, like, just like saying like an opener, like, depending upon like during, like you said, during day game, like I probably couldn't do that, to be honest with you. Like as far as like asking them like question or something, I just, because I don't think it's gonna like get their attention.
Sometimes
it's
it's better sometimes when you're with someone like a coach, because like you might be like, I don't know, I'm kind of scared. The coach is there to push you in and be like, no, like you paid me a grip of money, like go talk to her, let's get this training going. But if you think about it, like if you were just hanging out with your friend in the mall and you saw like two cute chicks, like what would like an alpha guy who takes what he wants, like is he gonna just let those girls like walk by and they're just gonna like stare at them like they're creepers? Or are they gonna be like, hey man, let's go see what's up. Hey girls, what's up? And they're gonna be like, sure, yeah. They could just ghost you, but who cares? Like I like to look at game like a video game. Like you put in a quarter and maybe you die. Oh well, you got a whole pocket full of quarters. You put in another quarter and talk to some other girls. I try not to think of them as people. They're like players in a video game, and I'm like, it's like a role playing RPG, a role playing game. It's like okay, or like I think of them like punching dummies or sparring partners. Okay, there's some chicks. Let's go see if this works. If it doesn't work, no big deal. There's two more girls coming. Girls are like buses. You miss one, another one will come in 5 minutes. So I like to just like, if I'm with my buddy like at the mall, we might just hit up some girls and be like, hey, what's up? Like, what are you guys doing right now? Oh, we're just shopping and Gucci. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like, yeah, I was just shopping over here. I got this job interview, so I got this shirt. What do you guys think? Is this me? And they might be like, yeah, it's good, or I don't like it, or whatever. Well, then I'll usually be like, well, I'm kind of thirsty. You guys look really thirsty. So there's a Starbucks over here. You guys want to get some drinks? And they're like, okay. And then, boom, like right there, you just met some chicks, and within like 5 minutes, you're already on a date with them having a coffee. Or up at the food court. And if it goes good, then you can be like, hey, well, we should get some drinks. We could go back to my house. Then you just kind of jump in an Uber. And then you don't have to do all the, would you like to go out with me? I'd like to take you to Olive Garden, and you don't have to do all that fucking gay shit.
I always thought like, actually doing that shit is like if you're in a relationship and y'all like been together for a bit, But like, I was just asking to go out for coffee and shit's like probably the best route,
It's just so simple and low investment, because for me, like, I'm not going to take a girl on a date or pay for her expensively if I haven't had sex with her or she's not my girlfriend. That's just
Right.
me. Like I like to keep my money in my pocket. If I do invite a girl to coffee, it's like since I was the one inviting her, I'll invest in my $3.80 coffee and hers as well, and maybe a muffin or something. So I think like
Right.
okay, I'm putting $10 on the table because I was the one that asked her, and if it doesn't work out, fuck it, it was only $10. And if it does work
Right.
out, then that was a pretty good investment because you could get laid and who knows? She might end up being your girlfriend or something. I remember there was a
Right.
chick that I met on Tinder, and I was just like, hey, what's up? I was going to get some coffee if you want to join me. And we met up for a coffee, and we're just sitting there for 30 minutes, and I was talking to her. I was just playing some gamey little, PUA routines, and
Right.
doing this one where you say, let me see your hand, and then you look at it and you go, oh, you got girl fingers.
Right.
Which is not like, it's nothing bad. It's just kind of like oh, you seem like an indoor girl, but it's a good way to just start touching the girl because you're sitting across the table at the coffee, but it gets that little flirty. Like, let me see it. Oh, man, you got girl fingers. Are you into sports at all, or hey, do you ever play any instruments? So you can kind of touch, and then you lean back, and then you kind of got this flirting banter, and if it's going good, then you'd be like, hey, well, let's go over here and do this. Or, hey, have you seen that movie yet? Oh, we should go see this movie. And you could kind of start future projecting some type of relationship with her. Like, yeah, we should go do this. Have you ever done this? Oh, I love go-kart racing. Have you ever been over to this place? Yeah, we should go sometime. And just kind of you're starting to throw shit on the table. And now she's like, oh, like this guy's cool. He wants to go out and do stuff. Like, my other friends are boring. They sit on their fucking phones all day. But like, I would like to go-kart racing. Like, and of course, a lot of these, guys are so like, oh, you gotta be tall, you gotta be good looking. It's like, yeah, for sure, she might prefer that, but maybe you're not her first choice. But if you're the guy who's putting all this stuff on the table and she doesn't have another option that's doing that, like, where do you think she's gonna go?
Yeah. But also too, like if she ends up being your girlfriend, dude, it's like you gotta figure someone else could just take her better looking than you and shit. I mean,
Yeah, it definitely happens. They do that.
yeah.
They're like little monkeys, bro. They are one branch and they go to the next branch and they just try to climb to the top of the tree. They're always looking for that taller, better looking, fucking younger, hotter dude. Yeah, it does suck, but it's like, no one said the game was going to be easy. Sometimes you just gotta, see your losses and move on. It happens to everybody. You said like, not many dates, but like you are getting some, which is a lot better than most guys these days.
Yeah. I mean, but like I told you, it's been like at least a good few months since I had one.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like at this point where I just want to like also like approach and be able to go out on dates and stuff like that, and obviously get women like I know some's kind of like fan of. I just want to have like where like girls like text or call me and ask me like what's going on, or if you want to type that shit, So I don't get that right now. So
something that could really help you, and this helped me back in the day, is if at first women, they like a guy who has other women in his life. Not necessarily, you don't have to necessarily be fucking them, but just having women in your life, having a couple women in your pictures to let them know that you are a fun, social, like normal guy, not the creepy guy that like hangs out in his basement and plays World of Warcraft all day. But something you could do, like maybe give yourself a challenge that's like go try to find like at least 3 female friends, not ones that you fuck, but just offering value. Like, hey, you seem pretty cool. Like kind of bring her as part of your life, and then basically you kind of like use her in a way. Get fun pictures with her. Like you could take her out to a carnival, and when you put those pictures online, it's just like, hey, yeah, me and my homegirl chilling at this carnival. We were, it was all crazy, kind of drunk or whatever like that. And from a girl's perspective, she doesn't know if that's your ex-girlfriend. She doesn't know if that's someone you're seeing. Like, is that your cousin? Like for her, she's like, oh, who is this chick around this dude? But it also opens you up to like her friends. Maybe you guys don't have a chemistry or connection, but she has a friend, she's like, oh, I gotta set you up with my friend, and now you have a girl who's trying to like bring girls to you, and if you could get 3 of them, like you're just upping the odds. So that's something that could help. Oh, you said you'd be down to approach.
Yeah, yeah.
So let me give you like an easy, quick approach that you can just use over and over. And like I said, this is more like there's kind of the indirect method. Like I said, walking up and asking for opinions. You know, like do you believe in aliens, or like who do you guys think is better, like Tech Nine, or do you think Justin Bieber's still relevant? Or you could ask questions and start kind of gauging interest, or you could just go direct. Like what I like to do is I'll just walk up to the chick and basically I kind of drop my hand like this. Let me move up so you can see it. I kind of will walk up and it's like really like hold frame right here. Take like I don't know, a very powerful deep stance, and I'm just like, hey. So I get their attention. Hey, real quick, super random. I saw you from over there. You know, I got to get back to my friend in a second, but I thought you were absolutely adorable and I had to come meet you. Or you could say like, I thought you were just super cute and I had to come meet you. My name's Ryan. And if she's interested, like most girls, even if they're not interested, they're still like, wow, this guy had the balls to approach me in the middle of the mall. And again, he might not be the hottest guy in the world, but they love that validation. So she'll kind of stop and be like, wow, like, okay, hey, I'm Amanda or whatever. And then you go, look, like I said, I got to get going, but if you're, are you local? And she'll, oh yeah, I live here. I live over in Summerlin. I say, okay, well look, like I got to get to work, but I don't know, you seem cool. Maybe we could, let's trade information, and maybe next week I can convince you to come out and have a drink. Or I could, maybe we could grab a coffee sometime. And basically it's just a take it or leave it approach. Like she's either going to give me a yes or no. She's, yeah, sorry, I have a boyfriend. Or she's going to be like, yeah, sure. And so you kind of get a mixture of both. And it's the best, like, it'll just help you fucking build confidence and fucking, you remember that movie like The Grinch? Where his heart grows 3 sizes? When you start doing this, dude, your balls will grow 3 sizes. Like, because you're just like, you could approach so many girls with that quick, fast approach, and practice the lines in the mirror till you get it down. So you're just like, hey, real quick, super random. I thought you were super cute. I wanted to come say hello, and then basically just try to get a number closed real quick. Add her into your phone, and if you go out and you do that, like to let's say 20 girls, like 10 girls, 20 girls, depending on how much time you've got or whatever. Like maybe start with just see if you can do that with 3 girls just to start. Just open them, and let's say you like after like 20 girls, you get like 3 or 4 phone numbers. The ones that don't close, like you're never gonna see them again, so it doesn't matter. But if you could get 3 or 4 phone numbers, then the next day, like around 10 in the morning or noon or whatever, then call them up. I like to do it early in the morning because guys aren't usually calling them at that time. Guys are going to be calling them at like 8 o'clock or 9 to be like, hey, what are you doing for that booty call? Right. But if you're like the early bird getting the worm, you go in at like, at noon and you're just like, hey, what's up? I met you at the mall yesterday. But then like, don't act needy. This is where I like to go, yeah, I'm super busy, but there was something interesting about you. And we should grab a coffee and chit chat or something like that. And then you could make the plans. And basically just kind of play the game in bulk, and you get as many leads as you can. And what I like to do is like, I think of like a sales funnel. Have you ever done any sales at all?
No, I haven't.
So like when you're doing sales, a salesman likes to create like a sales funnel. So the funnel, a funnel like this, and you'll get as many leads as you can. So that's as many girls' phone numbers. And sometimes you're gonna call them back and, hey, sorry, I have a boyfriend now. Hey, or maybe she flakes. So the funnel gets a little smaller. And at the end of the funnel, that's the girls who are the most DTF. Because they're like, yeah, I want to hang out. I want to do this. My boyfriend hits me and just broke up with me, and I want to meet a new guy. So you just keep funneling it down until you get your like real potential targets, and then you close them. And for me, like, after I do that, I'm not in a place in my life where I'm trying to do relationships. I'm more just, I like to get laid, I like to party or whatever. So for me at that point, then it's kind of like, okay, they're checked off the list. I got my trophy on the wall. Yeah, like I could celebrate. And after she's done, then I could go back to watching football, and, you know, drinking a beer or something. Or if you really like her and you guys really click, then you could be like, hey, do you want to be my girlfriend? Or if sometimes you don't even have to say that. Maybe she asks you, or it just kind of happens. So, but you got to get out there and just fucking start approaching and start building those leads. Like I said, like some people like that direct approach and they only do that, or you can always mix it up. Something that I always done it, like I call this the island opener, and I would usually walk up to like a group of girls, and you know, because you girls are usually never by themselves for the most part. Or you're on the East Coast though, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember in New York, like girls were always by themselves, but like on the West Coast, like they're always traveling packs, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes I'll like the girl, like let's say I like the blonde, but she's with her fat brunette friend. In a way, like
Right.
instead of alienating the brunette girl and just going up to the blonde, being all up in her face, like, hey, I think you're cute, where the brunette friend could potentially cock block me and be like, you know, I'm here, like, did you even come here with another cute friend for me? Like, you're just gonna hit on my friend in front of me, like, it's kind of rude. So in that situation, I like to talk to the whole group, and usually what I'll say is like, hey guys, like, I'm a YouTuber and I'm doing a little survey. What do you guys think? If you had your own island, like you owned your own little like $3 million island, what's the first thing that you would do on it? And so instantly they're like, oh, he's a YouTuber. I could be in some video. He might be famous. I don't know who he is, but it's a fun question, especially in Vegas because people are drunk, and they'll just start talking like, oh, if I had my own island, you know, I would take a nap, I'd get high, I'd smoke pot, and then you go, what about you? And then oh yeah, I'd like to take a nap. I'd go hunt for coconuts, and it really doesn't matter what they say as long as you're starting the conversation, and then it's kind of as a man you lead the conversation sexual. So, you know, if the girl says something like, "Oh, I'd smoke pot" or whatever, you can be like, "Oh, I could tell. Let me guess, you're the good girl. You're the bad girl. High five to that." And then boom, you give her a little high five, and now you're already kind of going kino. You're already, you know, breaking that physical barrier. You got a little flirty vibe going, and then you could be like, "So what are you guys celebrating tonight?" You know, and oh, we're out here partying. It was my friend's birthday, or there's a bachelorette party. And anyway, you just get into the conversation, and again, just lead it. Always be like leading the conversation towards the phone number, towards the makeout, towards the lay. And so after, oh, what do you celebrate? Oh, I'm just over here with my friends, but you know, you seem cool. Let's keep in touch. Instead of saying like, can I have your phone number? Because that sounds fucking gay. So you could be like, yeah, well, you gotta, I mean, with a phone like that, you look like a texter. Yeah, I'll be your texting buddy. Let me get your number in here, you know, and then just get her number in your phone, and try to get all their numbers. Or you could be like, what I'll usually do is I'll invite the whole group to something, and I'll be like, oh, you guys seem cool. I'm having a pool party at my house next week. Let me grab all your guys' numbers, and I'll send you a text. And that way, like, if there was a fat cock block, she's not gonna cock block you because you just invited her to a party. So you get her the fat girl's number, you get the hot girl that you like's number, but then the next day you don't have to call the fat chick back. You just call the hot chick that you like, and then you be like, yeah, it was that guy. We were having that party, but you know something went down. But I'm gonna be chilling at this bar. Do you want to get a drink? So basically, they call it like what is it? Bait and switch. So it's a sales term. Bait and switch. It's like I was baiting them to go to the party, and then I'm gonna switch it up. Oh yeah, well, you know, we were gonna have the pool party, but something's wrong with the pool. Like the chlorine level is bad. But so I'm gonna go to this bar. Do you want to like get a drink? If she's not busy. So yeah, bait and switch. I like to do.
So I got a question. Does my profile pic make me look like a nice guy though? That's what I was gonna ask you. Kind of looks like average, basic.
Let me see. Let me see how I can open it here.
I mean, because like there's some women who critiqued it and said like I have a nice smile. That's like good. Like they also said like I gotta have like, you know, like different, probably like actually having me do something, you know, like in my pictures.
You do have a good smile.
Mm-hmm.
I think I could just tell it's a low quality picture though. Like it looks like it's from a Verizon flip phone from like 2009. Like I could tell like
Yeah.
the quality, the selfie and the cropping and I think you could do a better profile. It's not a bad picture, but it's not a great picture either. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if you had a more just a like a clearer background, even the
Oh.
let's see. I'm just kind of going through. I'll go through a couple of
What
them.
phone? What phones have like great like clear background pictures? Because actually that was from was it LG Aristo, man? Like I mean it wasn't like an old phone. It was like updated phone. So I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, iPhones have like a portrait mode, which is pretty good. Maybe you have a buddy who has a good phone or a good camera, or you could go to like a pawn shop and just get a little Canon for like $100.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
What's a good Android phone that's like a iPhone, but what do they call those? Like a Galaxy phone or something like that?
I think those are good. Uh,
Yeah.
I've never used one, but there was a chick I knew that had one, and she used to take photos on it. Yeah, I think like
Oh.
up, yeah, definitely like up the quality of your pictures and
Mhm.
the yeah your wardrobe definitely like I'm just looking at one where you have like a sorry I can't share screens on this because I'm not on Zoom but
Mhm.
so I see one here you're wearing like a white button up
Yeah.
it might help you to like at least unbutton that like the top button so it doesn't look like
Okay.
you're going like to work at Kmart because like if you're going out for a club, like there's a difference between like a club white shirt and a like a work white shirt. Um, let's see, you don't have any like captions on your pictures. It's like you're putting out a picture, but there's no context behind it. It's kind of leaving the
Okay.
viewer with like, okay, what's going on here? Like he took a picture. Like is he going to work? Is he tired? Is he
Right.
like what's going on? Like give us a little bit of a story. Like it doesn't have to be long. Like one sentence and like maybe an emoji if you want. That's what I do. Not now I know like a lot of guys don't like to use them, but I feel like the women that I talk to they always kind of enjoy it. Just
Right.
don't use too many. Like I mean like one or two. Like don't like
Yeah.
do like 10 in a row. Um,
Oh yeah. What's a good way to ask for a number? You said like just like ask her if you want to exchange numbers or like I don't know,
I
or
like
let's exchange information.
yeah I like to say like hey let's exchange information because it sounds like fair or it sounds like there's nothing needy or creepy about saying that. In fact, it's almost like it's non-sexual versus a guy who's like,
Mm.
so can I have your phone number? Like instantly she's gonna be like, oh, this
Yeah.
guy's trying to like get some, and like she might be like, if
Right.
she's not feeling it, it makes it even more creepy. Now, if like, sure, if you're like 6'5" and with a big square jawline and fucking, you know, you look like a male model, you could say, can I have your phone number? And she's gonna be like, yeah, sure, Chad. Like, but like for a normal, average-looking guy, like doing that, I think that's why game is important because then you could be like, well, let's trade information, or hey, you know, let's at least keep in touch. So at least keep in touch. Like that's barely asking for nothing, and she's gonna give you the number. Like it's easier. I like this picture right now that I think had a really nice background with it has like a picture of London in the background and your face looks much clearer
Yeah.
on this and see how the button on that blue shirt is unbuttoned at the top so it makes it look very relaxed
Yeah.
or casual like so like
Yeah.
that's a good picture let's see what else uh,
I just like physically though too. Like I mean, obviously just hit the gym and eat better and sleep, get better sleep. Like, and dressing better. Like, is there anything else I could do or no?
Oh, absolutely. I was looking through a few. Okay, here's one like of you in a group. The picture's not bad, except like if you could start putting yourself in the position, like if you could have been in the center between the girls ideally, or between the girl and the younger kid, and put yourself like in the center with your arms around, then you would like look more alpha. You would look like the leader of the group. Whereas like this group looks like just I'm sorry, I don't know who these people are. Like I said, I don't know if this is your sister, your cousin, because again, you have no comment or context to it. But even if they are, like, if you were just the guy in the middle, you would look like the leader. You would look more like the alpha of that little group, and I'm sure they wouldn't have mind if you could take the initiative and just be like, yeah, let's take a group pic, and then you be the one in the middle. Hold on. If you be the one in the middle and just kind of put your, hey guys, get in here, let's take this picture, and then you've got like a chick here and your other buddy here, hey everybody get in, what's up? Take a picture with you in the center with some chicks, like, and it's gonna build your social currency, your social value, and it's gonna translate. But if you put that on the Tinder, then you could have a little caption that was like, good times with good friends, or good times, good salad, or just some little caption, and then she's like, oh, okay, this guy is like, he looks like a leader of that, like his friends. He looks like a in charge type of guy. Okay, like, but if you're the dude on the side,
it's not gonna.
Your social value is a lot lower because it's like, oh, this guy's just like an extra on the set. He's not the main character, and the girl wants the man. Like, a girl will date a guy who works at McDonald's if he's the fucking owner of the McDonald's, like the owner of the franchise. She doesn't want to date the cashier. She doesn't want to date the guy mopping the floor. She wants the alpha dude. She wants the top dog. And, all of us men, like, trying to climb that ladder to build that status to get to the best mating opportunities. That's what I'm saying. But just little things like that, because she doesn't know you, but little things like seeing you in the center of the group, little things seeing that you know how to dress. I think the facial hair on you is like you look shaved right now. The other one's like you have a little beard. Either way, I think it's fine. It looks the same. Some guys like look better with a beard, especially if they have like a very recessed chin. Like it'll make them look give them a better chin and jawline. But like, you know what I mean? Like, you could wear one. You don't need to wear one. I think you look, in fact, smoother right now.
Yeah, but sometimes I look younger than my age, I guess. Like, I don't know, but if I shave, but I don't know. Like, maybe girls don't, I don't know. I know a lot of girls don't care either way, but.
I think, like, the look is fine. I think you just need to fashion max a little bit. Like, go out to, not like Ross or Walmart or Target, not like any of those stores. Like, go, I like to shop on Amazon now. I don't even really leave the house that much. I'm just a hermit these days. But there's a couple stores in the mall, like one is called Players and another one is called like Marcini, or I forget what it's called, but where they have more nightlife gear. And if you get like one of those like Affliction style shirts that maybe has like a little bit of bling on it or has a kind of a cool design, and then just don't button the top button and don't wear an undershirt underneath, and then make sure that it's a shirt that doesn't have a pocket. It's like that's kind of the You could get like a white shirt with a pocket, which is a work shirt, and then like a nightclub shirt will not have pockets. And then and then you could go.
I could go to them. Have you ever heard of like JCPenney's and all that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, like clothes from there. Would that be good too? Like JCPenney's or like what? American Eagle. Like some of their shit.
Yeah.
I know was good.
Because it's not like the girl can't really see the brand for the most part, unless you're wearing like
'Cause I got a
Old
button
Navy on
up
your shirt. What is it?
Mhm.
Say again?
Right. I have a button-up shirt from American Eagle. 2 of them. I have like 2 button-up shirts with like a pocket from American Eagle, but they look, I don't know, they look pretty decent. So I was just wondering, like, what those would be alright.
Oh, I thought you were gonna show me.
Oh, okay. No, hold on. Like, I know this one's kind of pink, so I don't know if it's like kind of gay or not. But like it's kind of like these right now. It's like those. Oh, hold on. Let me switch the camera. There we go.
Oh, no worries.
Like, yeah, something like this. Like button-up shirt like that. I know it's not very good right now, but there we go. Like something like that.
So see how it's kind of like that cotton material that like looks very wrinkled?
Yeah.
Try to find one that's more like polyester based because they're like
Okay.
they're more like smooth, sleek. They don't wrinkle and they look more expensive even though they might only be like 20 or 30 bucks.
Yeah, like those dress shirts I see too, like something like that.
Yeah, and if you're taking pictures, like you just need a nice shirt because you're not seeing like the rest of the outfit. But when you're going out, like try to get some nice jeans, and like you don't even have to buy them for $300 in the store. If you go on, like, have you ever heard of Etsy.com?
Yeah, I've heard of Etsy.
Etsy, if you just type in designer jeans on Etsy, like a lot of people will sell brand new designer jeans for like between 20 and 70 bucks, even though they might have been $300 brand new. And like that's a cool source. Or eBay, you can get like $200 designer jeans for like 50 bucks. And buying online is a little different. You like got to make sure that you know your waist size and your link size. But
Oh, I do.
okay, cool. And then like Amazon, or again, just kind of make a day out of it. Like I like to think of like pickup is kind of an adventure. Like you're gonna spend a day going to the mall and working on your wardrobe, and that's how you're working on your game. And then the next day you're gonna be practicing in the mirror with your lines to make sure that you look smooth. And then the next day you're actually gonna go out and talk to some girls. And then the next day you're going to the gym and pumping iron to get that more attractive body. And at least for me, like I kind of look at it. That's why I say it's like a lifestyle. It's not just something that you do once or twice. A lot of these guys on the websites are always like, "Oh yeah, I tried cold approach once. It doesn't work." And it's like, no, like it's not something that you do one time. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's a process. It takes time to go to the gym and fuck it. It's like a fucking full-time job.
Yeah. I don't know. That's why I don't believe people when I say like, "Oh, there's nothing wrong with you. You don't look too bad." I'm like, well, obviously something's not working, So that's why I'm just like, I know I need to improve something.
It's fun too. Like I was in a lucky situation in Vegas where like I was able to get on this website where there was a whole bunch of guys that were into this stuff, and we all got together as a group, and we were able to critique each other, and like it was kind of funny because it was like a group of guys. Hey, let's go out to the mall and go shopping and try on clothes. So it's like we're acting like chicks, but we helped each other out, and it was kind of like, hey, you should try this shirt. Why don't you try this? When I have someone watching me approach, I have that second pair of eyes to kind of let me know what I was doing wrong, and once I got it down, I was able to help the next person. Sometimes like you could be talking to a chick, but you don't know if your hands are in your pockets and like your head is down. You might think that you were the smoothest in the world, but then your buddy is like, dude, like you were fucking fidgeting. Like, I have a buddy still, he twitches his foot a lot of the times, and I'm always like, why do you do that? He's like, dude, I don't even know that I'm doing it. So in set, when I would come in, I would tap him on the shoulder every time, and so he would know, hey, every time you start moving your foot all fucking gay like that, I'm just gonna like kind of come in and be like, hey bro, what's up? And then he'd be like, oh shit, I'm doing that thing again, and that would help him to like relax.
Oh man. Yeah, that's always good too. That's like good to have, someone to back you up and tell you what's up.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Now, Vegas, is there a lot of like fucking? Is there like a lot of what do you call it? Like like those type of girls or what?
Yeah, sometimes down on the strip.
Okay, like
I, I,
I was just wondering.
I don't usually run into
Like
them
I
that
used to live in a
much.
big kid,
I don't usually run.
and like that's what I would always be worried about.
Mm. Oh, like try to me to you or something like that.
Yeah. Like try to just talk, and I'm afraid of that, just because like a lot of those liberal women are like defensive about it, like
Mm-hmm.
there's another dude that's just trying to
Mm-hmm.
like that type of shit, and that's the only problem I hate about like bigger city. But other than that, like I don't know, like how is that like in Vegas? It's not as bad or what?
I mean, I think it's everywhere, but you could always just kind of like. Sometimes I'll call it like wading in the pool. Um, you can like go into the situation lightly instead of trying to do
Mhm.
some crazy opener or something gamey. You could just be like, "Hey guys, how's your day going?" You know, and if they seem
All right,
warm and friendly, they're just like, "Oh, it's good. How about yourself?" Like
right,
she's saying she was interested in talking to you. You guys might have the not the greatest philosophical conversation, and it might not go anywhere, but at least you can kind of test the waters. I mean, especially if you're new to it, you don't want to just jump right out there, into the deep end and be like, "Hey, you girl seems super cute." You could just start with the, "Hey, what's up? How's your guys' day going?" And then be like, "Oh,
right,
I'm good. How about yours?" You go, "Cool. Well, have a good one." So you're kind of like in and out just to like kind of warm up. And after you do that to like 3 or 4 people, you'll be like, "Dude, it's not a big deal. These people are actually pretty receptive." And then you can try a little further. "Hey, what's up? How's your day going? Hey, I'm actually trying to find this place. Do you know where is the Gucci store over here?" "Oh, I think it's down that way." "Oh, cool. Where did that's a nice bag that you got there. Like, where did you get that?" And you could kind of have like more of a casual conversation, just for practice. Not like you don't have to be necessarily trying to like fuck that girl. It's just more practicing your social skills. You get used to talking to
right.
people.